So this is a 2006 Baja 90 ATV. It's a 90cc automatic four-wheeler. It's a Chinese make, and so for the most part, a lot of the Chinese four-wheelers will have the same setup for how to change the oil. So this should work for a couple of the other brands like Tao Tao and those types of brands. When you're looking to change the oil on these, you're going to want to use this little looking glass. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it. But pretty much the four-wheeler doesn't come with a dipstick. It has that little looking glass with the H for high and L for low. So the oil level should be between there. If you look in and you see that the oil in there is really dark or black, then chances are you're going to need to change the oil. So the first thing we're going to want to do when we're changing the oil is pull the oil cap off. So if you look right through here at the tip of my finger, you can kind of see there's oil cap right there. Sometimes they get stuck on there pretty tight. So if you can get it off with your fingers, try to do that. If you can't, just use a pair of pliers to twist that little cap right off. So in order to change the oil, you are going to need to take out the drain plug. You'll need a 17mm socket or wrench in order to take the drain plug out. And it's located right on the bottom of that main part of the engine block. It's that bolt right there. We're going to want to unscrew that. Make sure you have a drain pan ready, because when you unscrew that, all the oil in there is going to drain out. So once you get that loosened, you can go ahead and turn it with your fingers and then try to get that bolt out of the way as quick as you can, because oil is going to pour out as soon as you pull that drain plug out. Now once you let that oil drain all the way out into your drain pan, we can go ahead and put the drain plug bolt back in. So you just take that and screw it back in. And then once you get it as tight as you can with your finger, you can come back in with that same socket and tighten it a little bit more. It doesn't need to be super tight, but you do want it snug so that no oil is draining out. So this is the oil you are going to want to use. It's 20W50. I just picked this right up from Walmart, but as you can see, it's for small engines. So we can go ahead and put new oil back into the engine. I didn't have a funnel that would fit down in there, so I'm just using the container that the oil came in. I had a spare container, so I dumped a little bit of the oil out so I wouldn't spill it when I was dumping it in. But while you're dumping the new oil in, you want to make sure that you're checking that looking glass. Make sure you're not overfilling it or underfilling it. It should be right in between the H and the L. And as you'll notice, the new oil will be much cleaner as you're dumping it in. So now that we have the new oil in, we can go ahead and check the fill line. That's the fill line right there. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more in so that it's closer to the high end of that fill line right there. So once the oil is filled up to the right level and you have your oil cap back on, you should be good to go. Hope this was helpful.